All right, this is a tad concerning, but the largest alliance in Marvel Strike Force, Legion, is disbanding. And I don't know the details of all of that. I know there are a couple people in Legion coming to the alliance that I am in, but I don't know the specifics of why. There could be a whole host of reasons, but it does feel like the game is in a bad / weird place right now. And having the largest alliance in the game disband is not good in general for Marvel Strike Force. I know there's a lot of people that don't care about these alliances. I get it. It's not that big of a deal, but I do think it speaks to an issue about Marvel Strike Force in general. And I think there's two significant things going on right now. One, they've alienated the free-to-play community by making pay-to-win events. It feels like the game was in a good place at the beginning of last year, or a better place anyways. And then they cashed in all the goodwill and made the game very unplayer friendly. The other thing that has happened, which a lot of people don't talk about, is that the game is somewhat boring for the tippity top highest spenders in the game. And I'm just going to say this. If you are a mobile game developer and you have extreme spenders willing to spend money on your game and they have nothing to buy and they are bored, you have failed at building a mobile game. And there are ways of facilitating that without being detrimental to the rest of the community. And I suspect that is part of the problem with the top of the game, is that there's nothing to do. They're bored. I did make a video about the 4 events. They're good, bad, and ugly. Some of it I like, some of it I don't like. But there really has been nothing to do. And Battle World was a massive failure. And the Astral team was a massive failure in some ways too, which we're going to cover here in a bit. Now, this is something that I have not verified, but I'm familiar with Winston Wolfe. And I have no reason to believe that this is not true. Someone that I've engaged with a lot over the years on Twitch. Use a VPN and save over 37% on Ultra Cores. Note to be clear, this is not a hack or exploit, but rather laziness or incompetence from Scopely. Yes, that's right. By using a VPN, you can save over 37% on Ultra Cores. How? Simply adjust your VPN settings so that you are in Turkey and visit the Marvel Strike Force web store. Here are the current prices. I'm not going to click that, but that's Lira. And here are the calculated current discount rates for Ultra Core offers. You can get 500 Ultra Cores for only $313 instead of 500 USD. Don't know how to use VPN. And now, I do not have a VPN sponsorship, but I'll tell you, if this is true and continues to be true and does not get changed, I will get a VPN sponsorship, and boy, I will plug that. But I have not tested this at all, but I have no reason to believe that Winston Wolfe would not be misstating the way it is. Don't know how to use a VPN? Don't worry, the middlemen out there assist you, and I'm not one of them, and he is not either. How is that possible? Best guess, Scopely has done a terrible job of monitoring exchange rates since launching the web store back in February 2022. So my understanding is there's 2 ways that Scopely, Marvel Strike Force, could set up their rates with the payment processor, which is through the web store Xsolla. My understanding is that they could do it one of 2 ways. They can set the US rate, and then Xsolla handles all the exchange rates. There's also a separate way of doing it, which I saw someone told me is on their website, where you can set prices for each individual country. And I know this was a thing back in the day with Galaxy of Heroes, and I don't remember the country, but it seems to me it was Brazil, where if you did the same trick, you could go buy whatever the in-game currency was in Galaxy of Hero crystals or whatever, and then you could get a discounted rate if you bought it in Brazil. It probably has to do more with the exchange rate problem. Somebody in my chat was saying that in Turkey, most people there are using euros because there's been some inflation issues, and I didn't research this, and the exchange rate has kind of gone whacked out. with their currency, the Turkish lira. So I don't know. And I don't know how long this will be a thing. I'm very certain that the developers, Marvel Strike Force, Scopely, know about this by now, and so we'll have to see. So put down in the comment section if you've done this or not done this. I don't know if it works. I don't know how this exactly happens, but I know this was a thing in other games, and so I'm be curious to read the comments to see if it really is a thing. DD7 got almost 40,000 Mephistos. And then this is kind of interesting. Dear Scopely, I want my cores back. Went through your BS Frozen Dimension, which I've been saying since the start. That's not fun. It feels like Dark Dimension 3 when it came out. I just put it on auto and walk away from it. Possible to kill Odin. You save him for last. Also, how are we supposed to kill him at any point before the rest? Coring to refresh my absolute A-Force just to have his BS passive bring him back to full health after every attack. No way to clear it. No way to control it. No ability to restart and not get stuck in a loop. This is a poorly designed event. Frozen Dimension is my least favorite from a gameplay that is the current. There's right now 4 PvE events running, and this one is the worst to me by far, just because of the design. Now, ironically enough, this has the best rewards, and you can go through it multiple times. Scopely, fix your game. Continued examples will be punished for investing, and this is going to talk about Astral. Been playing the game for 2,000 days, and really for the first time I feel punished for investing in teams. Astral was a flop, with Battle World being a huge waste of time, and let's face it, when returns, it'll still be a giant pile of crap game mode. And I kind of agree with this, because this was modeled after a game mode in Galaxy of Heroes, which was my least favorite game mode. And when I heard that they were going to be copying Galaxy of Heroes Homework, I was like, why that game mode? And they didn't even copy it well. It's much worse than the Galaxy of Heroes game mode. But invested in the Astral thinking it was something that was going to be great. Shadow King is invaluable in Dark Dimensions. I don't think it's nothing like Old Man Logan, I'll tell you that. When Old Man Logan came to the game, he punched the game in the face, and then he revived. Shadow King is not nearly as impactful as Old Man Logan was when Old Man Logan came to the game. He's still useful. Sure, he's useful. Absolute A-Force, outside of one line, Medusa's passive is all war only. That's right. There's something in her passive about preventing things on spawn. I have to go back and look. I think it's death proof and evade. I could be wrong. Wasp and Ironheart don't have synergies with the rest of the team. Frozen Dimensions where they're supposed to get a star. I got lucky and got Medusa and got her unlocked, free to play, and brought her to max gear tier level. Last Note doesn't even have war buffs, so it was waste. Not that the rewards were great, but they could have run it 3 times for no rewards. Alliance War has been a waste of time. And coming from someone whose Alliance will probably push the top 100 this season, why invest in more war teams? New Spotlight reteam going to be needed, which is fine to be pushed a bit. I just do not feel like investing in characters. It feels like the safe thing to do anymore. I am doing millions of gold in trading materials. I'm not sure any of these characters are going to come off the bench in regular enough to manner to be worth it. Again, this is somebody that obviously is spent on the game. Somehow, Marvel Strike Force has accomplished pissing everybody off in the community. How is that even possible? How did they I mean, this could be a case study of how do you annoy all of your player base? Spenders, non-spenders, medium spenders? Strategies and best teams moving forward. Any thoughts? Much appreciated. So this is from level 64. And I'm going to give this generic advice that I've given to a lot of people is focus on your arena teams. In the arena, you will lose to people. And when you lose to those people, take note of those teams and those characters. Those are characters to be focused on. Those are characters that are other people that are in the same place as you are using. Because when you start the game, when a new player starts Marvel Strike Force, you're placed in an arena shard with 10,000 people that started in the same several weeks or maybe same month of each other. 10,000 people. And it's regional. So that is a good benchmark of seeing what other people are using effectively. Copy what they're doing. Take note of teams that you lose to. Go get those characters. Okay. The second thing is you're in an alliance, and the alliance has certain things that they want their alliance members to do in raids and certain teams to focus on for raids. If you are an alliance that does not communicate on Discord, My suggestion is to go find an alliance that does use Discord, and get some direction from your alliance leadership. From there, you're going to have to decide if you like Crucible or War more. I think Crucible is the way to go. And then I would focus on the new teams, specifically the new teams that are based on Crucible. There is some super generic advice. Also, big shout out to Flint for his Whale Harder shirt. If you want to have your picture in a mobile gamer video, send me a picture on my Discord. A link to the Whale Harder shirts are in the description. It's through Amazon, and my Discord's there as well. Amazon doesn't work everywhere. A lot of people saying, I live in XYZ country and Amazon does not work there, or this particular thing on Amazon doesn't work there. Sorry, I don't know. But if you live in the United States, I mean, it ships. There's free shipping if you have Amazon Prime, and I got all of my t-shirts within a couple of days. So it's fantastic. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye for now.